who are not.
And this one has another element in that there apparently, at least one incident, there was a cover-up, and often it's said the cover-up is worse than the crime, but the lack of transparency appears to be something that is troublesome. And is that something you can address from your office?
Well, we can, and to some extent, at least, in terms of the policy, when things are going to be made available to the public, whether investigations into state police officers will commence even when there's a criminal investigation that's ongoing, and those policy changes have been made. But part of the things that are being called a cover-up really not, for example, the district attorney and the U.S. Department of Justice asked that the videos in the Ronald Green matter not be shown to the public, that it would compromise the investigation that they're doing and potentially adversely impact a decision whether to prosecute. And so if you have that from the DA and from the U.S. DOJ, then you don't go out and show the video to the public. But by not showing the video to the public, you get accused that you're trying to cover it up. And people forget that once they asked not to show it to the public, we then, within a week or 10 days, made it available to the family, to the family's lawyers, and to members of the Black Caucus, those videos. And so sometimes, the media, I think, is incomplete in the way it portrays things and tends towards the sensational as opposed to keeping everything in context. And that is not to say that everything that has happened has been exactly right, because it hasn't been. You can go back and I think there was excess brutality shown to Mr. Green. There was just no reason for that. But the cover-up part of it, much of that is overblown or just false.
Well, yeah, I think, obviously there has been transparency of late, but in the initial action, his cause of death certainly was questionable as far as what it was listed. And that has been addressed, but it was a falsehood for a while.
Well, and there, I don't want to quibble with you. The issue would be, did he die from injuries sustained in the accident? Obviously he didn't die in the accident itself, because he was still alive when the troopers were engaging with him. But what was the cause of death? I don't know that was falsely portrayed. But obviously there was interaction on the scene with Mr. Green before he died that, I'm not going to say they were unprofessional, because that's so mild that it was really criminal. But as to whether those criminal actions were the cause of death, that's what's being investigated right now. And I'm not going to get in front of that.
And the major perpetrator appears the major perpetrator is now, well, we know he's deceased.
He's deceased, yeah.
He's deceased.